Hey guys, and how's it going? Hey, we're going to continue on this 1930 Plymouth rumble seat coupe that we dragged out of a storage barn, storage building. Probably sat for, I'm guessing, 30 years, judging by the dust and everything that was on it. Even the hood would not even open on the piano hinge on top. Had to oil that and try to get her halfway open, and then took the whole assembly off without damaging it. Anyway, I got the brakes freed up on the back so it would roll. So we started looking into the engine would not turn. Found that the water pump was locked up and cracked, so that housing is kind of beat. I get an idea what's going on. So that doesn't turn. Worked on the starter, got the starter kind of spun around a little bit, got it to function, and found that the engine had a lot of drag on it on top of the water pump. And even after taking the belt off, found that the front motor mount is so wore out that the engine is kind of sitting on the front pulley. So right now there's a temporary jack up underneath it. You're not gonna be able to see it. With a board on the oil pan lifting the front of the engine up. Once we got that taken care of, we figured out how to get it to crank. Figured out how to get spark clean, the points and all. And we're able to kind of run it, bottle feed it, put some fuel under the plugs, and we ran it for 5-10 seconds. So then we lost spark. So my guess is the coil may have went kaput. I'm not sure of that yet. But that's where we are. We're going to continue on from there and start trying to continue to carry the torch forward. And the goal is to try to get this to yard drive. So it needs wheel cylinders all the way around, master cylinder, all that kind of thing. But my attempt is to try to get it to yard drive. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. I don't own the car, so it's not like I'm going to be putting much money into it. My job is just to try to get it running and do kind of like an assessment on it. That's it. It's a really neat car. Looks like it was restored probably in the 70s, judging by the paint and the style of paint. I have the seats out of it right now, so you can't see much. The rumble seat. And the back window goes down. Wooden wheels. Wooden spoke wheels, I should say. Yeah, it's a really cool car. That's how you get up into the rumble seat. All right, so let's go figure out what is going on with no spark. The points were really crappy. We already kind of knew that. Let's go take the cap off there, and we'll see if we're getting an on-off signal coming from the points. If that is working, then we have to start looking towards the coil, which is inside the under the cowl by your feet, by your knees. I was looking for where the condenser was. I finally see it. It's underneath the distributor right there. I'm going to go take this lead off, which goes to the coil, and we'll probe from here to the block, and from here to power rather, and we should see an on-off signal as we rotate that. Alright, so I got a test light hooked up and power going to this part of the light, and then of course you just need on the other end. This is the other end of it. If I was to ground this, that light should light up anywhere in the block. Again, this is a positive ground engine, so everything's kind of flipped, but still everything works the same way. It's just that the battery is in opposite. So the positive terminal of the battery is connected to anything on the block, and the negative is what's coming out of that wire. Anyway, whatever I touch on this that's to ground should light the light up. So that's the post for those points, and that should light up, and it is. And as I open and close those points, that signal should turn on and off. So I just opened those points and that signal stayed on. So that's a problem. I should open and close, and it should have the coil turn on and off, and it's not doing that. So we have a ground issue, and I think I actually even see it. It looks like the back tab of the points, the tension pad, is touching right there. It's touching the body of the distributor, grounding it out. Looks like somebody actually even, did they put something in there? It's like a piece of, what's that, like felt or something behind it? Yeah. So that needs to be corrected to get an on-off signal. Onto the points again. I should be able to open those. Get that out of the way. I should open and close those, and that light should be turning on and off. So let's go, maybe even just remove those right out of there and see what we got happening over in here. This needs to be lifted off or shortened or something. I don't know if we can the whole post turn. Yeah. I wonder if that's just a bolt going right through that whole thing. Let's go loosen the other inside. That probably wouldn't hurt to clean those contacts neither. That bolt. What if we loosen up just enough to slide that tab? Slide that metal tab out of there. Will that come out of there, or does that have to come all the way out? So you get that screw out. The other one's just an adjustment. It should be just this one that comes out. And do our best not to launch that. Will that come out of there? Has to slide up off that post, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like they put a piece of felt behind it. I think we're going to have to take that bolt right out of there. There it goes. Now lift it up. Alright. So we got, and this is what they use for a block so it doesn't short out. But it's not working. It's like somebody made that, huh? Did it rub right through? I'm probably gonna flip that over and we'll put it back together. Is there a way to shorten that? I don't think so, huh? To get it a little further away. Let's go see what the rest of it looks like. Might as well clean the points now. Better that we got them out. Not too bad. I think a little bit of they were moldy green, or white rather, at first. How about this side? Yeah, they're not too bad. Alright, so I'm going to do my best to kind of piece that back together, and I think we're arcing right there. Oh, you can see it. I lined it with red masking tape, electrical tape. And let's see what we get. Kind of eyeballing it right now. Is that closed? We should be almost closed. Yeah, bump the engine just a hair. There we go. Alright, so that should be in the closed position. And we put our probe back on there. It should be lit. It's not. There you go, we're lit. Now we open those points, we'll open. Yeah, there we go. So now you can see it over here. Now we're getting an on-off signal. Let's go set that point gap up and see if we get spark now. Let me bump it to the high. You know, it's not going to want to go on a high. Sorry where the compression is now. Alright, I'm going to fumble with that for a little bit, but we'll get it. Alright, see what we get. That should give us a good on-off signal on the slate right here, and that's what we're getting. A gap. And get it to... I had it. Alright, we're gonna leave her be like that. Let's go see if we got spark back. Alright, the key's back on. Let's see if we get spark now. Oh, come on. No, you get nothing like it. A little bit more spin out of it. Very light. I think I want to take a few minutes and just kind of go over all the connections. Again, this is being 6 volt compared to 12 volt. All the wiring has to be double the thickness because it's running twice the current and half the voltage. So I'm going to go through all these contacts. I'm going to pull these all apart, clean them all. Same on the battery end and the ground, both sides of the ground. And we'll see if we get a little bit better spin out of it. Yeah, let's go try this again. We'll give a shot in each hole. Screw them plugs back in. And give her a spin. Unfortunately, I think our starter is starting to fail us. It wasn't all that great to begin with. Let's see what we got. Oh, we wanted to jam the screwdriver in that throttle too. We're gonna give her a little bit of throttle. Just get it up off idle. Something like that. Iron the hole. I think what's happening is it draws the system down so much with the heavy starter that it loses spark. Because if you put a meter on the battery, it would go from 6 volts down to about 4 probably. Let's go throw some juice on her. Alright. How about now? You lose it. Sometimes you have it. There's nothing. So I kept having a problem where I had spark coming from the coil to the distributor, back out, nothing or barely nothing. Screwed around, took the cap off, looked at the ends, looked at all the plug ends. They were missing all these are missing the posts that go on them also. We'll worry about that later. But anyway, so I ended up taking the rotor. It's kind of like doing some measurements, and it looked like the rotor was sitting way too far down low. And I think it's the play in the distributor. I don't know if it lost a bushing or something, so I lifted it up. I got red duct tape underneath there, but you can see how much you can lift that up. It seems like I did that, and now that when you're putting the cap on, you can feel it just kind of touch the post, where before it wasn't doing that. So that it had to jump across here, and I had to jump across there a very far distance. Now that I did that, it seems like spark has gone to all the plugs again. I'll show you. Watch it not do it. You hear it too. So our Arkin Let's go fuel it up one more time. Put the plugs back in it one more time and see if we get her to kick. Alright, let's see if the 27th time is the charm. Come on, baby. There she is. Let's give her a little bit of throttle. We finally kind of figured out what was going on. I was kicking my ass. I'm ohming out the rotor and just a pile of errors stacking up. Just enough throttle, I think. Let's get it up off idle a hair. I think throw the battery charger back on it. A little bit more RPM out of it. Nope, it's arcing somewhere else again. I can literally hear it arcing. I know the wires are burned up. I should go see in my stash what I got. But I know they're melted right there. They're melted through. I don't know if they're arcing to each other. I see damage up there. That's bare wires right there. And I think we have to go salvage a set of wires. Let's go see one more time. She just wants to fight. There we go. And that cooks up whatever fuel it's got left. I think we got to go into the fuel system now and see what is going on with that. So let's get, it looks like we got, what is this thing? That's the cable, right, for the choke, we said. That's throttle. Looks like somebody handmade that one, huh? Get that off of there, the fuel line off of there. We gotta go see how that's connected. Like that. Might just pop right out of there. It looks like it's just a rod. We can lift it right off. There's that. I like how that's put together. Check it out. They lock the two of them together with a tooth, and a piece of pipe goes over it. And that's the cable. You want to get rid of it? It's off. It's pretty snazzy. Alright, let's get that carb off there, see what we got to work with. Alright, let's crack this thing open. It's a Zenith. Let's go see what we got going on inside. I do believe it's either warped or the gasket's missing, because I put fuel in it was all pissing right out there. Of course, one's half and one's 9/16. I would figure we could probably make a gasket out of cork or gasket paper. The linkages popped right off. The other linkage too was you just pulled back on it and it popped right off. Almost like they need to take the carburetor apart as you're driving down the road. I'm trying to save the gasket. There we go. Let's stay behind. It doesn't look terrible. Check out, that's a funky float. Let's get that off of there. Will that clear it? There we go. Let's get that pin out of there. Seems like the float would work. This is the fill. I'm gonna blow in there and see if I get like an on-off signal. Nope. Oh, that's because that's open. Try that again. I'll use that one. Yeah. I think the problem is one of them is so warped. Let's go try it without the gasket. You can't get any, there's nothing here to squeeze it together. I wonder if we can put like extra gasket material on this side to cantilever it. Where's the big bolt that was in it? It wasn't very tight neither. Try snugging that up and see if we can get it actually looks better without the gasket. Is the gasket messed up? now the air gap looks fairly... Before, like when I was on the car, I was able to stick my fingernail underneath it. It also wasn't very tight neither. May have just been that. So let's go see what we got for jets. We'll get them out of there. We'll kind of clean it. Maybe we'll throw it in the ultrasonic. Doesn't look like it has any kind of accelerator pump. Accelerator pump, when you hit the gas, it squirts a little bit of shot of extra raw fuel in it. It would have like a chamber in it. So the only jets I see are that one. Let me see if I can see through that. Yeah, oh yeah. Anything in the top, we know that one. This, grab a pair of pliers. Little mini-me's. Let's get the light over here. Hard to tell if that's clogged or not. And do we have anything down the center? Down there? That's the bolt. That's where... Which one went in? Big one, that one? I think that one drops down in there. We got a couple down in the middle there. Oh, there we go. There's where it's hiding. Doesn't look terribly dirty though. It doesn't look too bad. It looks like actually somebody took it apart and cleaned it, and then just from sitting, the rust built back up in the bowl again. That kind of there. There we go. There's the access to that one. You need a socket. I don't think we're going to be able to get in there with that. Where does that go? We'll just keep taking stuff apart. That wasn't even tight. That's an air fuel mix, and that would change it. That plunger moving up and down. What does that do? Looks like it changes the air volume. But how would you turn? Like, what would turn that needle? You'll spin it to you. Yeah. So that knob that was on there, I wonder if you twist that to change the air fuel mix as you're kind of riding along. I'm going to leave it kind of where it was. Yeah, that's what it looks like. They're keyed into each other. Like I was lifting up on it. It doesn't seem like it makes a difference. I think it's just kind of more the rotation. Maybe this does something too. I don't know. Some of you are making jokes. That sounds new to me. I never had this style apart before. All right, let's go throw this thing in the cleaner. And I'm going to go poke around with something else while this is bubbling away. Well, let's go see what the inside of the gas tank looks like. Yes, that. Ooh, I can smell it. Let's go for the probe light. There's actually fuel in there. And a ton of rust floating in the bottom there. Oh yeah. That's good. That would, if we're going to run that tank, that needs to be definitely purged out and rinsed and cleaned and possibly sealed. So I don't think we'll be doing that. That's for the next person. Holds fluid though. You're still not pissing out the bottom, not rotted out. Shot some lube down the port. for the fan. There she goes. Tad dry, huh? I wonder if I can. Is that another one next to it? Is that a grease fitting right there? Almost looks like one, right? Let me put my spectacles on. Whether it's going to take anything or not, it's a different story. But I don't know, either that, we could just, let's go try taking that right out and see if we can shoot some oil. I'm sure there's a bearing there and there's a bearing here. And of course, that's the one that's not seeing any love. Yeah, let's get that out of there. Actually, can we do it with this? Yeah, go ahead, call me a hack, I don't care. Convenience sometimes. Give it a shot. Yeah, it is. Might be just packing all old hard grease too, though. Let's go take a little dunk in there. It feels like regular grease. It doesn't feel like it's all. I'm gonna shoot some oil in there anyway, though. I think it just popped a hole through to like an open cavity. Need the oil to get to the bearings. The grease isn't gonna do it unless it gets hot. Jab right through it down to where it needs it, you know. How about a little bit of that? That ought to make a mess. Try not to rake my hand across the radiator. Gloves probably wouldn't be a bad idea, huh? It's got a big razor blade. I don't think it's going to hold water, but like I said, if we can get the spin with the generator hooked up too, you're gonna, if we ever get that far, check the charging system and stuff. I'm gonna go work that. Yeah, I'm gonna get some gloves on. I'm gonna spin that, work that best I can. Maybe we'll hook the belt back up. What you're looking at is that front motor mount. You can see it's not attached. I jacked it back up again. There's that, which sagged. The front pulley was dragging. So can we get in there with a block of wood and make a shim? This is what the jack fails and crushes my hand. So let that down, see if it's going to be enough so the belt can clear underneath that. Let's see if that does it for us. Crushing into the wood. I think I gotta do the same with just a little fatter piece of wood though. That should work. Yeah, a little fatter. See if that does it. Like new. Yeah, let's go see what that belt assembly looks like. Well, there's that. I think it's the belt. The belt, I can't get any more tension on it. It's kind of like a memory of its position that it was in. Yeah. All right. Good enough for that. Not there's any liquid in it. Let's see how dinner's doing. Float's still floating. It's a good sign. That is a tad warm. YouTuber sent me this little tea bag thing. These little bit longer ones don't fit, but I put a jet inside there. I don't know if one went. If we're missing one, it's in there. I think we did miss one though. Sludge. There it is. New one made a noise. That's the one. Did I forget anything? Speak now, I don't want to hear it later. Looks pretty good. Not much to them. Biggest thing is whether it's going to seal up. Let's go find out. It looks like it's actually a homemade gasket already. You can kind of see the outline of the gasket paper. It's like writing right there. You can see it. Plus, it's kind of a little on the shrunken side. It doesn't come out all the way to the edge. Let's give her a shot. Choke. Let me get the screwdriver in there for a little bit of extra throttle. Okay, gotta hit the gas pedal a little, you know? There. Come on. It is leaking at the base gasket real bad. I'm gonna throw a wrench on there, try to tighten them up a little bit more. But it's sucking air around the carb. Come on, baby. Talk to me. Going. More choke. No choke. So the best I'm able to get it to run is just for a couple of seconds, and when it does run, it seems like it's kind of puffing back out the carb, like it's got a bad valve, like compression's blowing back out. It seems like it runs on all four though, so it's a little questionable what's happening. My thought is, I know we saw a dent in the exhaust. Let's go put it up in the air and see if the exhaust is restricted. That would kind of do the same thing too. You plug up the exhaust, the engine can only run for a little bit before it has no place for the exhaust to go, and the back pressure builds up and possibly kicking out the carb. Let's get up in the air and take a peek. And we're back under here. I know I had a crush in it right there. But I wouldn't say, I mean, that's not totally restricted. That should be able to idle like that. I mean, we'll do our best to go pull that back out of there, but I don't think there's enough of a restriction. I don't see anything up there neither. Oh, that part of it looks good. How's about any critters living inside? Looks like a different light. I don't know what you see. We got some nest material in there. I wonder if there's some nesting on or around, like on the other side of where that's fluted like that. Let's see if we can get the muffler off. You know what we'll do first? Let's go try to uncrush it right there. It may crack. That may crack open. It looks like it's already starting right there. Let's go put a pair of like water pump pliers on it. And if it breaks there, then we'll kind of be the same thing. If not, if it stays together, we'll try pulling the muffler right off of it. And we'll try running it one more time. I think that'll uncrush. I can do better. Oh, you hate when a pliers skip like that. You smash your fingers. Okay. Pull down on it while I'm doing it too. Yeah, it's cracking. I wonder if we should just maybe cut it right there. Got a hole in it now on that side. I don't think we're gonna hurt anything. Yeah, let's go cut it right where the damage is. We could always patch in a piece of pipe over where the screw up is. You might as well cut where the last dent is. You could do this without beating up the floor. Big mouse nest come out of it. There's nothing holding it. I cut a tree. The bind on it. There's nothing holding the rest of the muffler except for a clothes hanger in the back. Open up a little. Left-handed. Muffler be gone. The muffler delete package. Let's go see what we get out of it. I don't think it's completely clogged. I don't know, it's kind of hard to blow through it. Let's see what we get. Choked a little. That turned the key on? No. You need that. Make an improvement. That was it. Yeah, restricted exhaust. Nice. Won't let it run too long. Let's see if we can adjust. So this should be the idle one. Run that into. Give it some reps. I gotta rev it up and adjust the air fuel mix. Let me put you back in the stand. I gotta get the air fuel on the main. That was the idle one. Let's go see if we can turn that idle down a little. Pretty good, huh? How sweet is that? Alright, let's go turn it off. I don't want to get it too hot. Alright. We are starting. It lives. Yeah, it was kind of bugging me a little bit, trying to figure out what it was, and the indication it was like popping back through the carb. I was given that. So it's inside that muffler. It wasn't the pipe. There wasn't that much restriction. That still had a good 3/4 of an inch open in between it. There's something built a nest inside the muffler, not allowing it to breathe. If you blow through it, it's got a lot of drag. Good. Give me a second to regroup. Let's you want to try putting water in it just the way it is, see what we get? I just don't want to overheat it and cook anything, you know. We know we're to this point right now. It actually almost looks like it's blowing some. Let's go throw some water in and see what we get. Anything pissing out anywhere? You see anything? Oh yeah. One right out of there. Let me go get a pan underneath it. Actually, it's not even connected, that's why. That's a good reason why it's leaking. So we get a pan underneath it. We'll get that hose connected and try it again. All right, tighten the hose up. Let's try it again. At least we know they took the hose off to drain it. I see drippage. My guess the water pump itself is going to be so. Yeah, it's got a hole. Looks like that metal pipe right there is deciding to tinkle. I'm going to try wrapping a piece of rubber and a hose clamp on that, see if we can get that to stop. Anywhere else? So it's dripping slowly out of the hose or the pad, or well, let's just see if we can get the major ones kind of cleaned up for now, and I just want to get water circulating through it so that we're not going to overheat it. How about we just cut ourselves a piece of rubber roof, pond liner, rubber roof. Grab a hunk of that, we'll bring that down with us. See if we can get that to work with a couple of tie wraps. Let's see if that slows it down. Looking right there. Did I get it? It's leaking out of the top hose now. Got you zoomed in. Leaking right here. Yeah, that piece is gone. I may just go wrap that with tape or something. Again, we're just trying to get an assessment of what we got. I'm not trying to restore it right now. Yeah, I'm just going to go wrap that with tape. I'm not going to put the radiator cap on. We're not going to let it build any pressure. And hit it again. Surprised the radiator's holding. Shouldn't have said that. Now it is pissing. I think we're probably going to piss out that crack that we saw by the water pump. Leaking again. There goes the cap. Yeah, right there. Get epoxy that if we have to. Let's go spin it just like it is, see what we get. Pumping water. I think that's all the same leak going down. Drive around with the garden hose connected to it. Yeah, we could probably fill that with like a putty. Let her, I want to get up in the air a little bit though. There we go. Now she's peeing. Right on the generator, that's good for it. Alright, see if we can come up with some kind of putty to go putty that up. Anywhere else while we're waiting? Yeah, incontinence, it happens when you get older. I want to get to the point we can go check out the transmission. We'll jack the ass end up. Let me let that piss down a little bit. I'm going to scuff that up with some sandpaper and try to dry it and get, I don't know, something. Is this what they call wet sanding? The more I sand, the more areas that are popping through. I think the rust on the inside was kind of stopping it. and plug it up. I'll let that piss out, dry it up, and just put a little taro putty on it. Seemed like it did just fine. Hopefully. We'll see. I'll let it cure up about another 10 minutes. Let's fill her up again. See what we get. My main concern is the block. You know, you have a crack in a block somewhere. And dripping a little, but I would say that is filled to the top and it's not pouring out. So you got a little drip happening somewhere here. Nice that the radiator's holding, and back around the bolt right there. Can I tighten that up a little bit? Now let's go fire it up, let it warm up, see what we get. What'd I do? I knocked something off? Don't fail on me now, we're this close. The coil wire, that plug wire rather, burned to the block. That's not good for it. What about this one? Water moving. That needs a little bit of a flush, huh? Does it have a temp gauge in it? I doubt it. Probably just charge. Oil pressure is at 30. Charging system's dancing back and forth, but I got the battery charger hooked to it, so that's gonna be kind of screwy. We don't get any lights or horns or anything when it's running, do we? I think some of that wiring is disconnected. So I think it was like high beam, low beam. It doesn't have much effect on anything. There's like one fuse underneath it, and that fuse box is kind of funky. I have a feeling somebody was in there. That's why there's one wire was run to the coil to get it to run. Let's get the jack set up underneath it. Let's get the ass end up in the air. We try running it through the gear, see how the transmission is. One way to clean itself. The valve was open. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get that shut. It just had rust blocking it. Yeah, get some pliers on that. Yeah, just had to tighten it up. So they drained the cooling system, which was good, but it definitely has taken on a new color of antifreeze. We call it rust freeze. Guess it works as a stop leak too, because it actually plugged that port. That was all the way open. So, all right, and get the ass up in the air and get the wheels so they can spin. Well, you can kind of see a little bit of the tire there. Let's go fire it up, see if it'll fire it up from the inside. Trying to figure out where the gears are, if the clutch works. That doesn't feel like much of a clutch. Supposed to be able to work the choke. Let's go see. That should be choke. Yeah, really not much of a clutch, but it works. That's reverse. There first, second, third. The clutch, like the pedal, only feels like it moves, I don't know, an inch from the bottom is like where all the work is, but it does work. That's the emergency brake. You should go try that out. True survivor. I think the chances are that brake works. Just try to not step in that hole, that would hurt. Alright, let's go for first gear. First? There we go. Yeah, we'll stall it out, kid. We got brakes, kinda, sorta. Reverse is there. And so the charger system is working. There's no battery charger on it, and the gauge did go up. Gas, who knows? I think that's all we got. Odometer, no speedometer. I went there with something here in the middle. Sorry about the dirty window. Focus. Alright, let's see what we get. I don't know about going from one gear to another. I'm sure it doesn't have synchros. Try it. Nope. Second gear. My gas can doesn't fall off, that would suck. Try not to bounce it around too much. Do the soft stuff. It actually runs really good. Really soft stuff here. No donuts though, not on this one. She's an old lady. Let's set you guys up outside. Do a drive-by, see how she looks going by. Oh, and stop. Yeah, a little emergency brake action. And we're doing the walk of shame. I believe I ran out of gas. One would have checked that, you would have thought. See air in the line. Hopefully I can lean it a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, right now I feel there's air there. Air there. Can we? Enough to get her back to the shop and fill her up. Going. Yeah, that would do it. We're rolling. And that's it. Well, I'll have to go do the walk, get the gas. On the road again. That's a little better up there, huh? Alright, let's try to set you up again. We'll roll to a stop, maybe, someday. Guess the brakes are all freed up now, huh? Yeah, I can get an action shot. Well, that worked out really good. I got to my end goal, which is really just to get it so that a yard drives and get an assessment that we have on it. And it looks pretty good. All the tune-up parts needs, you know, I got half-ass wires on them. I have the rotor lifted up with tape underneath it so it touches the cap and makes spark. All the cooling system hoses are all taped together. Brakes are just disconnected in the back. So it just needs all the stuff from sitting, but as far as its mechanicals, the transmission seems like it's fine, radiator looks like it's going to be okay, engine seems fine, body's decent. I probably do tires. That one's kind of iffy. If you can find another one that looks like that, the other three don't actually seem too bad. What a neat little rig. That makes somebody happy. That's a new noise. Oh, it's the bumper shaking. Starter's a little tired. But hey, doing pretty good on it. The spark plug's tight apparently. Condenser's clamped to the outside of it. But really a nice rig. Sun's gonna get us on this side. Alright guys, other than maybe taking it for a wash, it may or may not happen. I think we're gonna kind of end this one here. We got to where we needed to be. Say after 40 years, roughly, tucked away. And ride again. Really cool looking car too, isn't it? Love the colors of it. Elderliness of it, of the wheels. The big eyes in the front. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed it. I did. I had a good time working on this one. And we'll get to do it again soon. So till then, I'll see you later. Bye. I got second without grinding it. What do you think about third? Double clutching, third gear. Yeah. But yeah, I got no brakes. You remember to roll slow. Let's see, population. Yeah, charging systems doing pretty good. Hey guys, how's it going? We got looks like a 1930-ish Plymouth. It's been sitting for a couple of decades. Get back from it and get a better look. They're in the process of getting undug. They were buried. You couldn't see them. Take the whole thing in the shot. I think it was restored at one time. Want to take a peek inside? Are they going to make a still? Actually, interior looks pretty good. Keys in it. What's it say? .1930 Plymouth rumble. It's got a rumble seat. Oh yeah. That's pretty cool, huh? Back window goes down. Close her up. Definitely raccoon's been on it. All the prints on it.